Hey, Mick.
What's up, Ben?
Hey, as you start to kind of figure out your rotations now going forward, how big of a priority is getting more rest for Jaime and Tiger, and how do you go about it?
I prefer not to rest them. The answer is Jalen Clark or playing big. If depending on playing a power lineup, or Jalen Clark to get Jaime some rest would, and then Tiger, you got Dave and Jules can both rest him.
Yeah, how seriously are you considering that power lineup? Maybe going back to Cody and Jalen together.
Not we would only do that out of necessity.
Sorry, Mike, go ahead.
Meaning if we were getting beat up on the glass. Go ahead, Mike.
No problem. Just want to ask you about Jules Bernard, his offensive and defensive production. What have you seen from him to give him time at the point? Obviously on offense and on defense. It seems like he's having better perimeter defense as well as anticipating what's going to happen next and not making two mistakes. What do you think from him on both sides of the ball?
Well, it's just getting older. With Jules, effort and toughness is never in question. So on the defensive end, it's understanding angles, scouting report, and passing lanes, and just learning how to use his size, make people play over him. But effort is never a question with him, or toughness. On the offensive side, he's just grown. He's grown a lot from a guy that overpowered people in high school to a skilled player that he needs to become for us and for his career. Where it's not just about overpowering people with your size and athleticism. Skilled player, it's about playing with your eyes and your ball handling and your footwork. And your eyes have to tell you what to do. And you can't read the defense. You have to use your eyes, your vision to read the defense. You can't just power everything. And he's grown exponentially in that area since my arrival. You look at his freshman year, his turnovers versus where he's at now. It's just, but it was a transition he was going to have to make, even when his previous staff signed him, because he was such a big, strong power guy in high school. That the transition to playing guard, you have to play with your eyes. You have to make decisions with the ball. So he's just a guy that used his size and strength his whole life until he got to this level. Now I'm asking him to use his skill and his vision. So he's grown a lot in that area, and that's why you're seeing him make better decisions. He's slowing down, and that's why he's a better finisher and a better shooter.
Tracy, go ahead.
Hey, Coach.
What's up, Trace?
Hey, ASU, obviously perimeter-oriented team. They seem like they struggle around the basket a lot, especially on rebounding. How do you tactically take advantage of them?
Throw it up and go get it before you turn it over. They're a team. They're turning people over 17 and a half times a game. So if you can keep your turnovers down and get shots up, just from their numbers, you get shots up and you can go rebound it. That's an area where they've struggled. So obviously that's a big concern of ours, taking care of the ball, because they aren't huge. They're not a bulk team, but they are unbelievably fast and athletic, and they know it. So they're a ball pressure passing lane team. They try to speed you up. They do a good job of it. And we're going to have to make sure we don't let that happen, that we take care of the basketball and get shots up, because my guys know, I say it all the time, you can't rebound a turnover, and that it's never going to be more important than it's always important on the road, but obviously against a team that forces over 17 a game. to make our rebounding a factor or make rebounding a factor in this game, we're going to have to get shots off. That being said, we've got to figure out a way to be an effective rebounding team, obviously, without Chris Smith.
On defense, would you cheat out a little bit more, extend your defense because they shoot so many threes? They're such a perimeter-oriented team and don't really have too much offensively on the block.
Well, the problem with that, Tracy, is the Remy Martin and Lonzo Verge are in the Pac-12. They're the two hardest guys to guard off the dribble in the Pac-12. And Christopher is a bull downhill with the ball. So they do more than, and then obviously Bagley can shoot it, Cherry can shoot it. So Woods can shoot it. So they're a problem offensively because they're great off the dribble and they can shoot the ball. So same as they were last year. I mean, I think that's why they were the best offensive team in our league last year. And, they're not easy to guard. So it has nothing to do with their lack of, they don't post up a lot. But their inside game is off their dribble penetration. That's where they get the ball at the rim.
All right, Rick, go ahead.
Hi, Mick.
What's up, Rick?
Not much. Listen, you got the daunting task of replacing a lot of production now that Chris Smith is gone. He's second in scoring for you guys, second in rebounds, third in steals, third in block shots even. How do you make up for that?
Yeah, I think here's what I would say. First of all, you get to play 5-on-5. It's not hockey, right? I'm friends with Colorado Avalanche defenseman Eric Johnson, so he's taught me a little. You're not in the power play, so
right.
He's going to be impressed that I said that. I'm going to send him that clip. So you do get to play 5-on-5. The question, Rick, is, okay, the guy that's playing instead of Chris, can he be as productive to the numbers you alluded to? I think that's possible. We got guys can put the ball in the basket. I think where it affects us the most and I'm most concerned with is his length. Chris was obviously had great size for a wing. It's something that Peyton Watson coming in next year has for us that I'm looking forward to coaching because he's got, guys that can switch and guard a lot of positions, but like you alluded to, can block shots. And size matters on defense. It just does. Because whether you're taking away passing lanes or making people play over you, and then Chris is rebounding, especially his offensive rebounding. So that, I'm worried mostly about losing his length defensively and his rebounding. I said, Jake can shoot it. Dave can shoot it. We got guys can do things. So we've talked enough about Jules. He's having a good year. So I'm more concerned of losing his length. I think what Jalen Clark can give us, I know what he can give us, is a defensive toughness and an athleticism on the glass. So, we worked today, the last couple of days, just getting to where we slide Chris or Jaime over and to Chris's spot and bring Jalen Clark into Jaime's spot. If we, just taking some looks at that, trying to get, just so we got a lot of options.
McEntee is now practicing with you guys. Mac
Etienne, Macabre, as his mother Heather would like me to refer to his real name. I'm just kidding. But anyway, yes, he's practicing.
You said
he
that
just started. He don't know what he's doing, but he just started.
Okay, yeah.
They're trying. You got to understand. I mean, he's on a team of guys that were all back from last year. And they're in, they're in DEFCON 5 mode. Like we practice hard and fast, and he don't even know what, people. He's got the players trying to help him. The coaches all coaching him. His head's spinning around right now, but it's good for him to get out there. Guy was stuck in his dorm room forever, so
absolutely.
He had Christmas in his dorm room. But anyway, he's happy to be back out there playing basketball. So it's great that he's here with us. It's a huge advantage to have him here with us instead of being at a prep school.
All right, just a couple more here. Let's go to Sam.
Hey, Coach. How you doing?
What's up?
So I know we were talking about Arizona State, their 3-point shooting, but like you said, Bagley can shoot, and he's a 4. He's a big. How does that affect how Cody and Jalen are being used as defenders coming up on Thursday? Like, how are they going to be used in switches and closing out, stuff like that?
That's the challenge, Sam. That's why they're such a good offensive team, right? They got shooters all over, and like I keep alluding to, with Christopher, Verge, and obviously Remy, get guys are elite guys off the dribble with great speed and ability to get into your gaps. And that's, then they spray it out to their shooters. So it's why they're fast. They're super fast. So, it starts with your transition defense, making them play 5-on-5. And then, then the real work starts by being able to keep the ball in front and try to contest their shots. Obviously, if they shoot it like they did against us last year, we're going to be in deep trouble down in Tempe.
Let's go back to Ben.
2 things for you, if you don't mind. Number 1, you guys were number 54 in the net rankings that came out. How much does that matter? Do you feel like you have some ground to make up there? And then the other thing is, if Jules is backup point guard, how does that affect David's minutes in the rotation and his?
I didn't announce Jules as backup point guard, number 1. And number 2, Ben, I'm more concerned with my favorite deli in Bel Air was closed over Christmas. I think it's called the Shack out back. I'm more concerned with them reopening. I'm hoping they're open today so I can make sure I get my turkey club on the way home. I'm more concerned with that than the net rankings. And if you ask me why, Ben, somebody showed me that Colgate was in the 13. That would answer all my questions. That would answer that right there.
How did you like Jules in that ball handling role, and how do you kind of foresee that going forward?
Yeah, you know what I would say, Ben, with that is my thought is my job is, if Tiger's out, resting Tiger, is how can I get Dave some shots when he's in the game instead of using him as a ball handler? Because obviously we know Dave's a weapon with making shots. All you got to do is look at his numbers this year, his career numbers. So it's not that Dave can't do it. It's just, is that where his minutes are best used? How do we get him some shots? Because that's, he's a weapon. So, and Jules has grown enough to where he can keep it simple with the ball. You can, you don't have to do what Tiger does. Like when he's out there, or if you missed a couple where I had Jaime do it. So, where we can just basically like the old Ron Harper when the Lakers played him at the point and the Bulls did. He didn't really play the point. It was just they weren't going to waste Michael Jordan's time dribbling the ball up. They used Pippen or Harper. So, so you can get your scorer off the ball. So it's more to get Dave some shots than anything else.